Welcome everybody. Before you see the screen, like here's the thing. Mark Ellis put on a sweatshirt for you guys. He didn't put it on for us. He's got a tank top under there. And Ken, we've realized something that we didn't know before this. Mark Ellis works out with a tank top. He works out with a tank top on.
Yeah, well, no, I go to the gym, and I'm usually there in the morning, and so to get warmed up, I will wear the outerwear. And then after I do my first set of what's called a cluster set, which this morning was squats, I'm like, all right, it's time. Okay. It's time to unleash. Beast 1 and Beast 2. And I'm like Henry Cavill in that scene in Mission Impossible when he just pumps the gun.
Yeah. I wouldn't get out of the car this morning. He was so intimidating. Standing next to the car just staring.
I did. I saw Eric Park, and I was just walking around his car like, when are you getting out?
All bowed up.
Yep. What do you got there? Yeah, Mark thinks that his arms are Kong versus Zilla. More like it's just kind of like two Nintendo controllers just fighting for the console.
That's fair. My tummy is the power pad. My another part of my anatomy is the power glove.
The power glove.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I love about Josh. What a good friend he is that we were here for 20 minutes just talking, having a great chat, and
I show up all flustered.
His whole thing is he stores this information for the show. He doesn't say, "Hey, Mark, how are you? I like your tank top." He's like, "Oh, I'm getting him on air for this one." I come here out of the goodness of my heart.
I know you do.
How much am I getting paid today? I'm getting paid. I'll tell you what I'm getting paid. Getting paid. You know what they're paying me, Eric? They're paying me a free hat.
Yeah,
that I didn't ask for.
I like hats.
And we got you. You can have another.
He got a beanie.
He did.
I did.
Do you want a beanie?
And a shirt.
Do you want a beanie?
Now, he's slightly more successful than me, but I don't think that... Is he beanie and shirt more successful than me?
That is a slippery slope, Mark, because we know as soon as you get the beanie, it's going to be like, oh, now I want the shirt. Now I want the hoodie. Then now I want the tank top. Now I need the workout gear. Like, we can't keep giving you free merch, Mark.
I'll tell you what, though. The workout this morning, I do my body fat every Friday morning.
Yes.
It was up a little bit. You know why?
Congressilla.
Last night, full... large tub of popcorn.
Yes.
And on top of it, I was like, screw it. It's a monkey fighting a lizard. I poured all the Reese's pieces in there. Right. And so I'm eating popcorn, and sometimes you get a peanut butter surprise.
Yes.
And good Lord, it was great.
Yeah. I do miss a solid. You know what I do with the popcorn? And hey, everybody, welcome to the PosiTEChvity Report. This is the Good People Association. Eric Bass from China, Mark Ellis, Ken Knapsack at the bar with our brand new bar setup. We've got shelves. Look at those shelves with the founder's glasses on it.
And
Ken's got his
Vanna
beanie.
White is just mailing it in at this point.
Look at him. Ken is in
I
serious
am
back
leaning
trouble.
on this like Andre the Giant getting into the ring in WrestleMania 3. Just like holding on. Everybody would have peed it. Like the back is going.
Yeah.
I get here and Eric's like, you want a thingamahertzer? I was like, what's that? Like, yeah, it's this device. You hook it up and you shock your back. I was like, give it to me. Give it to me.
Oh, man.
Hey man, look, at least your family didn't do to you what my band did to me, which is when my back goes out, they bought me a fucking walker with the tennis ball.
Wait, do you have it?
Of course.
Is it in the car?
Of course. Yeah. I tried to do a Papa Wheelie on my grandma's walk, my great grandma's walker. I was like 14. Like I just ran, like jumped it and slipped, and my dad wasn't happy. Anyway, Josh is an idiot, as we all know. Ikaika Shively on the 1, 2s, and 3s. His lovely girlfriend Heather, who's in the chat, Fields of Heather, the Schneider cut, did not like our April Fool's joke yesterday. Did not like
she literally said she was going to throw hands with you.
Yeah.
Like, she was really...
So the April Fool's joke was you all got in a fight on air, and it was it with the intention of shocking the entire audience watching, or simply your co-host for the day, Sinead DeVries?
A little bit of both. But Sinead knew, she smelled the joke early.
She's pretty savvy.
She bought it for
She's been around. She's a
She
professional.
let us go with it
yeah.
for a little bit, yeah. And then
And she's got a kid.
Yes.
So you just get a sixth sense.
yeah, and she also knows I'm an idiot. Yeah.
That's why she keeps showing up.
Thanks, everybody.
What was the first thing that tipped you off? Well, I knew Josh was a moron. And that's the first sign that something was amiss.
Yep. So just
Why do you keep coming on the show? I feel sorry for him.
he's special.
He needs me.
Yeah, we're all here to support Josh, and at some point we will have that intervention.
Yep. Two guests on the show today. Very excited about it. First guest, one of the founders of Fan Controlled Football, that I've had the pleasure of hosting the weekly show, the FCF show, Thursdays, 2:30 Pacific on Twitch. Patrick Dees will be in the house. Mark Ellis and I shared a fateful night with Patrick Dees. That sounds creepy. We'll get to the story.
And his mom.
And his
mom was involved.
Barbara Dees was there as well. And then later on, we're going to have our first version of the PosiTECHvity report with our girl Chloe Condon. She had so much fun. You like that, Mike? You like that pun? PosiTECHvity. She's gonna give us some positivity in the tech world. She posted a very funny tweet. Very funny tweet. She posted a picture of like sexy engineer on Halloween, and she's like, "If I dress like this, will people actually take me serious as an engineer?" And I was like, I mean. It's pretty hilarious. That outfit is ridiculous.
You can try it. It's the official half birthday of Halloween coming up in April.
Well,
so you just give it a little play test, a little census.
Do you see the hunk like pumping his fist like some kind of a jackwagon? Like, oh, I love Halloween. It's such a cool holiday.
I think it's almost like Ikaika is like in suspended animation, like at the end of Superman.
Yeah.
When you go to him, because it's just a black background, like he's just floating through space, like Zod.
Look at him go.
like a dressed down vacation Zod.
To your point, like when did Halloween wasn't such a big deal when we were kids, right?
I mean, you went out, you got as much candy as you could, or you got robbed by the older kids in the neighborhood.
It wasn't this like second Christmas.
No,
that
it
is
wasn't.
now, right?
That's an excellent. Well, Halloween when we were kids was
Ken's
for
got issues
kids.
with Halloween.
Halloween is now apparently adults think that it's for them.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, I just rain on everybody's holiday, I guess, because I think April Fool's is the dumbest thing ever invented. I think it's not because I'm an elitist comedian.
You're an idiot.
It's just nobody's funny except PTI was pretty good. Halloween is where a bunch of adults think that the entire month is about them doing costume parties, and it's like, no, it's for kids. It's for one night. You go trick-or-treating, you get some candy, you get in a fight with your brother and sister, and then you wake up and it's November 1st and you start writing your Christmas list.
We've got Michael Myers and his buddy Dave over there that want to talk to us about Halloween.
How dare you, gentlemen? How dare you? Halloween is a 31-day celebration
Oh, boy.
of
here we go.
of horror,
mute the mic.
of
Mute
things
the
that
mic.
scare you, of the things
it.
that you need to get out.
Mute the mic.
Preach.
Ikaika's
God, you.
Ikaika's preach.
Preach.
I love that Ikaika's headphone cord looks like his owner's taking him for a walk and they're jerking him. Come here, stop smelling the mic.
Ken, give us 20 seconds on why you hate Halloween.
I just didn't grow up with it, so I'm with Eric. I'm like, when did this become a thing? And I blame Burton producing Nightmare Before Christmas. Everyone went to that movie and like, what's this? I was like, what are you talking about? Like, Halloween's a thing where Satan made it, and what do we? I can get a Nestle Crunch bar now. I can go to Walgreens right now if you want one.
It's true.
Given his history, because Eric, I don't know if you know this, Ken Knapsack not allowed, and still to this day has not seen Gremlins because he'll get grounded, and Ghostbusters. Were you
Finally saw
allowed
Ghostbusters.
to do Halloween?
No, I was not allowed. We went to our church parking lot where they had the Hallelujah Hoedown. And we all dressed as cowboys. And, well, we used another term, but Native Americans. The church didn't figure that one out yet. And then we all...
Still slacking a little
Yeah,
bit.
still had some problems. And we just we got safe candy from safe citizens.
So Ken and I grew up in the same family.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why, Eric, when you years ago, you're like, I think I could be friends with Ken. Yeah, we had the same.
Like,
influences.
there was this thing that happened the first time I ever saw Ken Knapsack ever on camera. I'm like, I just have this kinship with this guy. Like, I can't figure out what it is.
A kinship.
I can't figure out what it is, and that's what it is. We both grew up
Yeah.
extremely sheltered, and now we're both learning how to live in our 40s.
My parents were like, remember when there was all that needles are in the candy or razor blades are in the candy? My parents were like, loose fruit. What a healthy idea. Go ahead and eat that. I was like, sure, there might not be a razor blade. They didn't care. They were like, listen, poor Josh is allergic to chocolate and nuts, so all he can really have is a payday. Okay, or Reese's Pieces, but he didn't like. I didn't like Starburst. I didn't like Skittles. I didn't like Twizzlers. I didn't like any of those candies. Okay, the only Starburst I like is the pink one. Everything else is just trash.
I don't disagree with that at all.
But most families just gave out like those multi-packs of Milky Way or Snickers or all that kind of stuff. So I would come home and my brother would just be like, give me your bag. I'm like, all right, so here's my candy. And then he would like barter and trade system. He was a real entrepreneur with Josh's candy bag until the year that he got robbed by older kids in a car and he came home crying. And I was like, here, just take my candy. I can't eat any of it. damn it, you're fine.
Yeah, that's
Really
that's
couldn't
pretty
wait.
much the Ellis family. Older sister, younger brother. I'm in the middle. So we'd get home, and then my dad's, what he told my mom is that his job was to check the candy. He was basically everyone's agent.
Scouting,
So he would
yeah.
take 10 or 15%. And then it was like me and my sister and my brother all had our pile of candy, and it was like the war room on draft day, where you're just negotiating like, okay, I can't give away an M&M just for a fun-sized Butterfinger. I can give you a Milky Way and a Mike and Ike to be named later for the fun-sized Snickers.
Well, let's see what happened in the state of Utah. Our guest, one of the founders of fan-controlled football, a legend, Patrick Dees, in the building. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Yeah.
As he sat.
Patty Dees.
Gentlemen, how's it going? I'm so excited to be here. This is great.
Yeah.
I feel like I wasn't exactly sure what the positivity report was, but listening to it, I feel like I get it. It's therapy. I'm also recovering from Halloween this time, so I get it.
Yeah.
love
And now as a dad, do you just tell your son, like, listen, we don't do this holiday in this house. We'll put you in a costume, but we are not doing this.
Yeah, it's correct. Not a big Halloween household per se.
Well done. Dees, it's been a pleasure, obviously, doing the show with you, becoming really good buddies with you. But our friendship spawned on a fateful night in Thousand Oaks, California, where one
Yes.
Mark Ellis joined us on an announcing booth for the Quavo Huncho charity basketball
It
game.
was Team Quavo versus Team 2 Chains.
2 Chains.
The 2
correct.
Chains can ball.
Correct. And we were
Yes.
promised by Patrick Dees that Soldier Boy would be there at some point, but guess who never showed up? Soldier Boy.
We're still looking
Who
for him.
did show up? Snoop Dogg was there.
Snoop Dogg.
Terrell Owens was there.
Floyd Mayweather.
David Njoku was there.
Correct.
One of the Pauls, Logan or Jake Paul was there.
Jake Paul.
The younger Paul.
Sure. The one that hasn't killed a person.
And Willie McGinnis,
Yeah.
3-time Super Bowl champion, who befriended us and joined the broadcast.
Because nobody else knew the broadcast was happening.
No.
Here's the thing what happened, Eric, is that we were set. We got there. We had a full production scene. They were like, oh, yeah, here's a table. Just sit right here. And then the entire crowd just stood in front of us. And we were just like, we were on Twitch for 3 hours. Didn't see a dribble of basketball.
No,
Did
totally overrated.
It was the cool thing was it was at Kobe's Mamba Center, and we were right by the VIP area, which I was just sneaking booze from kind of a majority of the broadcast that Patrick Dees so wonderfully set up for us to do, to talk about fan control football and like the impetus of it, while meaningly just like hot girls in short skirts just bumping into us, like move. We're trying to watch Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And you guys were incredible about it too. I genuinely was under a very different impression about what we were walking into. And I called you guys. I was like, look, it's gonna be this incredible setup. It's last second, but it's gonna be, all of these amazing things. And then again, we were relegated to not even being able to see the game.
Yes.
Snoop just kept walking in front of the table. It was unreal.
Yeah.
My mom texted you guys both. She still asks about you on the regular. It was unreal. Unreal.
Your mom was the only positive person in the chat. Everybody else was like, who are these idiots? What are we watching? Just like Twitch is known to do.
So, I think my mom genuinely thought it had something to do with fan control football, because this thing's been gestating. And I mean, you hear about it every week, Josh, but we've been working on it for the better part of 5 years.
Yeah.
And we got connected to this event because Quavo's an owner in fan control football. And I genuinely think my mom also tuned in thinking, because she has no idea what fan control football is. She doesn't know the rules of football. She calls plays dutifully, like a great fan. But I genuinely think that's what she thought she was tuning into, not the shit show that it actually became. So, but she formed some lasting friendships with the man who's got a power glove for a workout apparatus.
Yeah, we're still not allowed to reveal what part of the anatomy the Power Glove is, but also got a Nintendo Super Scope 6 as
is that
part
okay?
of my body.
Wait, no, because Dees, you're a big gamer, and you keep tweeting at me like, "Play more video games, you dumb dumb."
Yes.
And
does he pester you like you pester me to get back on the golf course?
Well,
Is
Mark,
he your Josh Macuga?
Yeah, I guess that checks out.
What
that
an
checks
honor.
out. That checks
I want
out.
to be somebody's Josh Macuga. That's all I've ever wanted.
Dees, did you have a Super Scope 6? What was your Nintendo weapon of choice if it wasn't the Power Glove, the Mark Ellis sponsored Power Glove?
I did the power pad thing, and we all know the cheat involved in that, right? Because if you were a sucker who stood up on the power pad and actually did track and field, you were an idiot. You got down on your hands and knees and you just slapped it as fast as you could. That was my all-time Nintendo. Yeah, exactly. That was the go-to. But yeah, huge gamer. Actually, we talk about it a lot when we talk about fan control football. I actually learned the rules of football, not through Tecmo Bowl, through Madden. My old man. You guys will get to know him soon because you're good friends with my mom at this point. But one of the best fathers in North America. I mean, also we have our Halloween issues. He was also an agent, but dude just didn't. So much of fandom's either like geographical or generational. People learn about sports through their parents. My dad was a drama nerd in high school, right? Like he was he's a vocal ensemble geek. Didn't actually know the rules of football, but wanted to spend time on Sundays with his kids. So we would learn the rules of football through playing Tecmo and Madden, and then spend Sunday trying to explain to my dad what a 4-3 defense was. And he pretended to care for years. I thought my dad was genuinely invested, but he just wanted to sit on the couch with his kid. It was great.
That's my dad used to come down to the basement like, "What's this? What are you fighting like monsters? I'm out of here." And then he went back upstairs.
The only thing I learned
on
from
your gaming time?
Well, he did put limits on the gaming time because my brother swung a Sega Genesis controller at my head when I beat him in NBA Jam, and that's when the Sega Genesis ended up in the trash can.
Yep.
We had a good 9 months.
That'll do it.
We had a good 9-month run. Yeah, my brother transitioned into actually working in video games. Josh Macuga transitioned into not understanding games that aren't side-scrolling. It was like once we started moving 3D, I was like, what? How does he go backwards? Like GoldenEye, I would get killed 20 to 30 times in like a 15-minute game. I mean, I am that bad at that
I look
game.
at video games like everybody's video game career is like you're a running back in the NFL, where you don't really realize that you don't have it anymore until you get on the field and you're like, oh, I can't do this. So the first Halo, I was nervous about because that's not a side scroller and that's what I grew up playing.
Yes.
But I was really good at the first Halo, and I'm like, okay, I've made the transition. Halo 2 comes out. I hit the wall.
Yep.
I hit the wall, and I've never been able to recover.
What's Halo?
What was interesting about that too is that it was this global reach.
Oh, it's this game.
When we were kids, like I feel like we all thought we were pretty good at Street Fighter because you'd be in the arcade, you'd be the best for like the 6 blocks around you, and then you'd start playing kids like people online. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that is the great equalizer. It's like being good at sports in high school and then getting to college and realizing you're terrible at everything. Yeah. I do got to give a shout out to Anka Von Doren, one of our founders, and Christy McGee, one of our founders. Anka's having trouble sending a super chat. This is for her 7-year-old daughter Olivia. It's recognition of International Autism Awareness Day.
Yeah.
So thank you, Anka. That's amazing.
Olivia.
Anka, can you send us maybe a link for a charity that maybe we can donate some money to next week? Maybe that will be a featured charity for international autism. I used to do some work with an autism foundation in college. That was our fraternity philanthropy. So yes, Anka.
Shinedown works with Autism Speaks.
Nice. Yeah, there you go. It's the puzzle piece pin. Yep. Used to work with that company as well. Dees, can you talk briefly? Okay, so some of the people in our chat might not watch Fan Control Football. Ken thought that it was legit video games that we were talking about until I started talking about actual football. I said, wait a second, this is football, which I guarantee you, Patrick Dees, has been 96% of the reaction from people that we know and love, correct?
100%. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Fan Control Football is exactly what you would think it is. It's Madden in real life, right? Like it's actual hard-hitting football. Guys on a football field where fans at home get to control everything that happens both on and off the field, right? Fans can choose, they went through a whole branding exercise. They chose the logos, the mascots, the color schemes, the uniforms for the teams. But also when coming into the season, there's a real-time draft every single week.
Awesome.
And then fans call plays in real time and then compete against each other. So there's still a video game element, right? So there's a real-time leaderboard by team where Josh Macuga is competing against Mark Ellis on the Wild Aces, so to see who's a better play caller.
Clearly,
and everybody gets a vote, but not every vote is created equal. As you move up the leaderboard, your vote carries a lot more weight, and you have a bigger say as to what happens.
Yeah.
So we just had our first season. It was the Wild Aces, friends of the PosiTEChvity Report.
Yes.
Greg Miller and team won that championship, and we're gearing up for season 2.0 now.
Yeah. Gearing up for season 2.0. And you said it's been like 5 years in the making. It's people that know that hard work and results take time. In nowadays, it's like, hey, if I start a YouTube channel today, I better have 1 million followers tomorrow. Patrick Dees knows it's been an absolute uphill battle to put a football, you put a football league on a field that fans control. And not only that, here's the thing. I love NFL football. This we know. I love my Pittsburgh Steelers. But there are a bunch of things in the FCF that the NFL could take a page out of. Instead of a coin toss, high stakes, rock, paper, scissors is how you win the coin toss.
That's pretty sweet.
Genius,
Huge fan
right?
of that.
What
One-on-one
is
drills.
your paper, rock, scissors strategy, Mark?
Yeah.
Always
give it to
rock?
us. Yeah. Always rock.
I like to start out with scissors.
Oh.
I never start out with paper.
See, I always go paper because I feel like scissors is the most unnatural motion in rock, paper, scissors. This
It's almost
and
like
this seem
it's a
very
philosophy
natural,
here.
right?
Right, and you can also like see in their eyes that they're gonna try scissors because scissors is just so different. But then if they twist their forearm, they're going paper.
Yeah.
And you got them when you scissor it.
Oh man, see
It's a
this
split-second decision being made there. Yeah.
Dees.
Eric and I might be great at this.
What we're talking about here is NFL gets one specialty position like a long snapper. They bring in a Mark Ellis or an Eric Bass, like they're our rock paper scissors specialists.
I have no other athletic ability other than that.
He's a good golfer.
I just want the training montage all week of guys practicing rock, scissors against each other.
100%.
How nervous would I be if I ran into a game just to do one long snap? If I got to be Tunch Ilkin for one.
Oh my God.
If I got to be Trey Junkin.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. In FCF, there's no kicking, Mark. You don't
No kicking.
No kicking.
All right.
How do you settle the extra points, Patrick Dees? Tell him. It's a genius move.
It's a one-on-one drill. It's a 3-second DB versus wideout, like to get into the end zone. So again, every part of this is like football reimagined for the digital age. Like if you invented football right now, like there would be no kicking. Nobody's ever said, "Fuck yeah, let's get a kickers on the field." Nobody's ever said that. So games are an hour long. It's a running clock. There's no kicking again. You settle extra points with that one-on-one drill. Paper, rock, scissors, and fans are calling all the shots.
I'm going to be that ignorant person.
Go.
Here. So you have real players on the field.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. I'm not up on this. So you have the same two teams always playing, correct? Or
There's
incorrect?
4 teams in the league.
4 teams in the league.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Each Saturday night.
Each owner has a team.
Correct. So it's not city-based. We had some amazing ownership groups. Like Quavo owned a team with a bunch of other owners. Greg Miller and Kind of Funny owned a team with a bunch of other owners.
Got it.
Richard Sherman owned a team with a bunch of other owners. And Marshawn Lynch owned a team with a bunch of other
I knew I had to ask because I knew I wasn't the only person probably wondering this. So this is genius.
Patrick Dees and the whole crew at FCF created a bubble in Atlanta, right? So all the players stayed in the bubble.
That's crazy.
Every Wednesday night, you can franchise tag players, which is also genius, and you can also redraft players. So if let's just say the Wild Aces, you redraft some guys, you start franchise tagging guys, and now your team is being built. So all the fandom is getting to know their players. They're also getting to know the other players from the other team to try and redraft them onto their team, right? And then each night on draft night on Wednesday night, you're playing one-on-one drills to get power-ups. You turn football into a video game.
I love this.
There was one blowout the entire season. There was 3 Hail Mary wins. The championship was decided on a QB sneak walk-off win.
I love this. So this was like my legit fantasy when I was playing electronic football back in the day.
Correct.
With the board and
The man has created it and done it.
This is great.
Yes.
Well, yes, we had. I feel like every fan of any sports had this idea, right? We've all screamed at the television and be like, "I could have called that."
Yep. Yeah. And you did it.
Patrick's basically a combination of Elon Musk, who reinvented the car from the ground up,
correct,
and Dana White, who is a commissioner of a thriving sports league, but also has a personality to be able to sell it.
Correct.
Unlike Roger Goodell, who you get in a room and everybody's like, "Who's the dead fish over there?"
Who brought this guy? Yeah. It's kind of like me. I walk in a room and people are like, "Uh-oh."
I'm convinced he's in charge of the shadow government that we have.
Yeah.
In general, just because everything's so screwed up.
And Roger Goodell,
Roger Goodell or Patrick Dees?
No, Goodell.
Oh, I was going to say
Goodell. Goodell is completely in charge of the shadow
and
government.
we were talking yesterday on.
He runs the lizard people.
He does.
He looks like a lizard. Roger Goodell is legitimately a scary-looking individual. Okay,
nobody else could screw everything up.
Quite like
than
that.
him.
He looks like he's ripe to be a Manchurian candidate. Like when he gets asked a question, it looks like somebody is inside his head controlling it, and it's like, oh, we got to pull the lever to give a stock response.
Yes. And as something that became my favorite segment on the FCF show is each week I would give Patrick Dees a new catchphrase to say when certain teams scored touchdowns.
And the highlights?
And the highlights were, the first one, Patrick, you can give it to him. What was
the I actually don't remember. There was one about nachos.
The one I sent him was
Who wrote them? What was your
the fans voted on him. So the one was the first one was, "My name is Patrick. Never ever call me Pat." Like you scored. The
Oh
touchdown,
yeah, the Mahomes
right?
one. Yeah.
So the other one, so the lead announcer is a guy by the name of Greg Meskel, very good at his job. But Greg is a great name to say like after a a comma, right?
Yes. Yes.
So the one line was, "I've never seen an alien, Greg, but I know they're real." Coming in on. And the one he said during the championship game, which Greg was not a fan of, was, "We all know the cheese doesn't make the nachos make the cheese."
I like that one a lot.
You quickly responded with, "The fans have spoken, and they voted for you to never say that catchphrase again."
I fundamentally disagree with that statement, but I like it.
Yeah.
I think I think it's the nacho doesn't make the cheese makes the nachos.
Yeah. Well, listen, in my brain, everything kind of works a little backwards, man.
It's such a fantastic, exciting enterprise, though.
Yes.
And everybody once they find out exactly what this thing really is, I think everybody loves the concept
Oh my
and
God.
gets on board with it. Even as you see in Patrick's background, wearing an FCF hat, that is actually, I believe, Patriots owner Robert Kraft.
I was gonna compliment him on that. In a world of Baby Yoda, he's keeping it real back there with geriatric Yoda.
Yes.
I love
I
that.
gotta go OG, man.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Very much.
Patrick Dees has always been kind of OG, and it's again we do the show every Thursday. It's become this a very fun group of people. We were talking yesterday about, could you imagine if we were let into the owners meetings of the NFL? Like they come out every year, all 32 owners get together at like the Ritz in Miami, and they come out and they're like, "We've changed one rule this year: the players will be able to wear their own spikes." And they're like, "Oh my God, it changes everything."
In
right?
week 7, we will allow the players to wear shoes of their own choice and color.
And be a God has spoken, right?
Fucking Bilderberg Group.
Is that-
It's like,
Yeah.
like
It's
ridiculous.
It's insane. It's 32.
We're meeting in a hollowed-out volcano.
So, but I said to Dees yesterday, I said, each week in the FCF, something happened. We took it to the fans voted, and it worked. Like the refs had kind of a rough go at a replay call. Next week, guess who gets the vote on the replay? The fans. So imagine the Washington football team.
I love that.
See?
So if it's like a questionable, if the fans were able to vote on
Yes.
that pass interference no call, Rams Saints a few years
Boom.
ago, I wonder which way it goes. LA has more of a population,
Yeah.
but not everybody in LA watches football like everybody in New Orleans does. That
Correct.
could have been a close call.
And boom, and like Dees, and we figured out is the best team won, but the best fandom also won. Greg Miller and Kind of Funny and his ownership group, Austin Eckler, Jack Settleman, Barbara Dunkelman, Rachel Lindsay, they weaponized a fan base, and the fan base came in droves. I mean, it's like Ant-Man, right? I didn't get what Ant-Man was. I made fun of the movie the whole time. Then Paul Rudd shows up with an army of ants, and I'm like, this just makes sense.
The famous $40 million call on Schmo's No. Josh said
that's-
it would make under $40 million opening
that was
weekend.
wrong.
We
That was
were all
wrong,
there,
Patrick.
Riley. We were all
Wrong,
there.
Patrick Dees. So yeah, we're working on season 2, Dees. We can't give away any kind of information.
Do we
but
know when it starts? When season 2 kicks off?
We do not. Dees, take it.
Sooner than you would think. What I can
Yes.
tell you is that ideally we're playing. This is a year-long season, a year-long kind of thing that you can engage with, right? 3 months on, 3 months off, 3 months on. We're playing, and then between seasons, we're doing brand voting exercises. We're doing league vote rules. We're doing expansion type stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see it in 2021. So sooner than people think.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited.
I woke up in the middle of the night last night about 2:30 to feed Rosie. She had a pretty good night last night. And I have my only text on my phone is from Patrick Dees, and it's, "Can I swear?" on the show. So I was like, we don't
Let it
like
rip, right?
You can go, you know what, Dees? Give a minute of just expletives. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dees, I
And
appreciate
then there was some weird reference about please back up my play about the Sinead believing not believing the April Fool's Day
Yes.
joke. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not. It was weird, Josh.
Yeah, it was. Middle of the night text from Patrick Dees. It doesn't get much better. It really doesn't.
Yes, it does. Middle of the night text from Patrick Dees' mom.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
That's all. Yes, also very much.
She's a lovely light in a dark world, and give her my best.
Dees, the next time you come on, you got to come on with your mom, and then we need to get your mom on the FCF show. I think is what we're kind of getting at here.
don't think I won't do that. She's huge fans of you two. She's asking about you on the regular. I think, and don't get me wrong, love you guys very much both, but I think she thinks you're the only two folks I know in Los Angeles. And so she's constantly asking about you. So again, you guys made an indelible mark on Debbie Dees.
Well, that's what we do. Patrick Dees, that we make indelible marks, Mark.
This is what Josh and I have set out to do, whether it's a Willie McGinnis or a Patrick Dees or a Quavo, who I went into the night pronouncing Quavo. You just like to make a mark on folks. And if you are not
Quavo.
into the FCF yet, in the words of the wise Muppet right behind Patrick Dees, you will be. You will be.
Boom. There you go. Dees, I appreciate you taking the time, man. Love you, buddy.
Love it. So excited. Thanks for having me on, guys. I'm
You got
a
it,
big Positivity Report fan. Thanks, guys.
Love you, buddy.
See you, bud.
Patrick Dees.
Bye.
How long do you think it takes to get that hair like that? Do you think he just wakes up like some people just have it?
No, it's like it's a magician kind of a situation. Here's the thing. Okay? When I see Dees' hair, and even Jeff Kanata, our co-host, they both have unbelievable heads of hair.
Kanata's head of hair is pretty spectacular.
It's fantastic, okay? Eric Bass, his hair goes on for days. It's unbelievable.
Good head of hair. I'm looking at a great head of hair that's being covered up by a hat that inexplicably.
I'm telling you, it's sort of like it's legitimately Mark Riley comes in here.
The envy of Burbank.
And he insults us with his hats. He
Yeah.
insults us with his hats. If Ken and I had your hair, Mark, we would have been Olympians. That's what I would say if I would have had your height.
Kelly Bass does not agree with you all on the Eric Bass hair thing, because let me tell you the conversation we had a couple of nights ago. We had this conversation about we were kind of digging in deep on some stuff, and she goes, you look how you feel on the inside. Your hair looks like shit.
Oh, burn! That's a wife comment right there.
And so I think she was saying, like, maybe I'd feel better if I did something with myself.
Yeah. Damn.
Have you had your hair short since you've been a rock star?
Here's the thing: like on stage, initially, no, it was kind of shaggy. Yeah, there are pictures out there. It's quite hilarious. I really don't know what was going on.
Is it Ken shaggy?
With it.
We haven't seen Ken's hair in a long time.
But I've had it both. I've had it long and short. And short is very weird on stage because you like to hide behind this thing,
Okay.
And so I was going into the pandemic thinking the pandemic was going to be shorter than it is. So I was like, I'm going to grow the top of it out.
Right.
I've seen a lot of people like this.
And it's really gotten out of control now, and I have no recourse but to probably cut it at this point and hope that it's long enough by the time we go back. Look, the short hair on stage is just strange. It's weird.
Okay, so
you're banging your head around and you just feel like a bobblehead. There's nothing.
You feel naked.
You're not throwing weight.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. As a former big headbanger, no, my hair has never been much longer than like 4 inches past. John Macuga, not a big. But so here, the funny thing is, he hated long hair. I was a hippie. If I had anything longer than like that came out of my hat, like like lacrosse hair, like the wings under the hair, my dad's like, yeah, it's haircut time.
What's that called?
The wings under the hat.
Lacrosse hair?
Lacrosse hair, or like hockey hair. You grew up on the East Coast. You
No,
got, like, lacrosse hair.
I love this. I just never put two and two together.
Yeah,
I never
hockey
did that
hair or
math.
lacrosse hair.
It's
yeah.
very accurate.
It's, you had the wings. But my dad didn't cut his hair for a long time because his hairstylist, my dad is completely bald. I keep telling him to just buzz his head like his son. He wouldn't go to her because she got COVID and he was really worried and he didn't know how long the COVID would last or whatever. So he didn't cut his hair for months. He started looking like Larry David. Then it was drunk Danny DeVito. I mean, it really took some, and he finally got it cut last week because he got his vaccine. And my mom has never been happier. Like, my dad was legit angry DeVito. Like, we'd do FaceTime with the family. My brother would be like, whoa, take it easy, DeVito. Like, that is a lot.
I love that he just shifted right. He zoomed right past the exit for healthy, sober Danny DeVito.
Yes. Yeah.
And was like, no, we're just going to keep going until we get drunk Danny DeVito.
And speaking of drunk Danny DeVito, I believe our next guest loves drunk Danny DeVito. Oh. For the first ever PosiTECHvity report, the one and only Chloe Condon.
Yay!
I'm back.
She's back. Look at the background. Is that Clippy?
This is just work.
Oh, that's just work. Unbelievable. Chloe, welcome back. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so excited to be back.
Of course.
I was rewatching our last episode, which, by the way, my dad loved.
Oh, good. We're great with parents this week. We're great with parents.
You're killing it.
Yes.
It's great.
Okay. What was your dad? Did your dad have any kind of like critiques for us? Because I know Mark loves when people tell him what to do.
Oh, I don't think he had any. My dad is a director, so he always gives me notes when he watches. He usually says, I don't understand any of the technical engineering stuff you were saying, but your stage presence was great.
There you go.
So thanks, Dad.
Perfect.
That does nothing for me. I need constructive criticism, Chloe. I need to get better at a craft.
Your dad's a famous playwright, director, legend.
He is. He's
yeah.
a cool dude. He got his start. Well, he's been doing this for a while, but he did a cool little play called The Chicago Conspiracy Trial, which was just turned into a major motion picture with Sacha Baron Cohen and all those folks.
Chicago
So
7.
I grew up learning about a lot of political fun things as a young child.
Nothing quite like your parents teaching you politics very young. That worked out well in my household too.
I will say I did get a really because of that show I got to meet Bobby Seale, and my history teacher in high school did not believe me. I was like, I know Bobby Seale, I've met him, and he's looking at this little white girl. Bobby Seale was the leader of the Black Panther Party, of course, and he said, if you know Bobby Seale, I'll give you an A in this class. And I came to school the next day with a picture of me and Bobby Seale, and got an A in that class.
And that's how I graduated high school.
And that's how I got
That's
to
so
college.
Josh Macuga as a teacher too. He's like, all right, look, Timmy, you're failing the class, but if you can hit 5 putts in a row on my golf green that I have in the classroom, then you'll get an A.
If you can prove to me that you know lead singer of Journey, Steve Perry, everybody in the class gets an A. That's it.
To the Talleyrand.
Chloe, I mentioned earlier on the show that you had a hilarious tweet with the sexy as a sexy engineer. If I dress more like this, would people take me serious as an engineer? Go into that a little more. Is that just because tech is so heavily male that nobody believes?
It's interesting, y'all. So full disclosure, I am 31 years old.
I live in a
I look
van
like
down
I'm
by the
14.
river.
I played teens on stage for a long time when I did musicals. But back in the pre-Panera days, when we used to go to conferences and I would travel around and give keynotes and whatnot, people would look at me and say, "Oh, are you here with your husband, or is your dad here?" So it is definitely a very homogenous industry, especially coming from musical theater, where it's mostly small white women.
Yeah,
like
this is true.
myself. So it's been I think a lot of my friends who I don't have a software engineering degree. I went to a boot camp. I have a theater degree. It's pretty common for folks to ask me if I'm an engineer, but not my male counterparts who are standing right next to me. And the reason for that tweet, Josh, was I was wearing a shirt that we just showed that said "World's Okayest Engineer," which is one of my favorite shirts that I have.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of, you already have imposter syndrome, which was like a word that I didn't even know until I entered engineering. I have so much imposter syndrome already, and then to have people be like, "But do you really write code? Are you really an engineer?" It's not a helpful question to ask. But I do love the engineer costume. I think I'm going to try it. Maybe like a Shiny Time Station, Thomas the Train.
There you go.
Kind of outfit. Maybe people won't question it as much.
That was I played the J6 every morning on the Alexa, which is like the extra 12 clues that you get as a Jeopardy fan. And Thomas the Train was an answer this morning. And by the way, I scored a perfect 12 out of 12 this morning on the J6, which is rare.
Right.
It is hard to do. But I was told, which I think means that I play more Jeopardy than anybody, that I ranked in the top 100% of players playing today. I was like, all right, this week.
That Josh Purdy is paying off.
See, it is. Chloe, we got to get you on there because I think you would crush on Josh Purdy. Yes.
I'd love to.
We need to find you a natural rival. Your boyfriend? Maybe your dad? Oh,
I don't hate
your
this.
dad.
I don't hate where this is going.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh! Yeah!
He's meant to be.
Unbelievable. Oh, man.
Chloe versus Clippy. I like this.
Chloe v.
I think Clippy could be like the Daily Double mascot of Josh Purdy, where instead of hitting a Daily Double, which is probably trademarked and I'm going to get sued, is you just have the paperclip come in and ask a question about paper goods or supplies.
I'm into it.
Keeping things together.
Well, I almost said the S word, but I know that Clippy's natural rival is a staple.
That's correct.
So I didn't want to say staples.
Yeah.
That's true. Folks have to watch our episode from a couple weeks ago to get our full pitch for the Clippy Pixar story.
Correct.
I think there's a lot of money in this, y'all.
Yeah. I just finished my first children's book, Chloe. So next up is Chloe and the Adventures of Chloe and Clippy. So,
I'm ready.
there
I'm
we
so
go.
ready. I brought something really silly to share with y'all today.
Please.
Okay, so we talked about Clippy last time,
Yeah,
and
we
I
did.
briefly mentioned this on the last show. but do y'all know who Kairu is? Have you heard of Kairu?
I have not. I know what a kaiju is, and that's the Godzilla, right?
A kaiju is a Godzilla-like creature that is in Pacific Rim.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, there we go. Okay.
So I learned something really interesting on Twitter recently, and it came from me. So I get tagged. I mentioned last time I get tagged in these Clippy tweets all the time, right? And I tweeted out. Someone said my earliest memory of mansplaining, and they shared this picture of Clippy, and I got tagged in this like 20 times. And I was like, I hate to be that person, but Clippy is canonically genderless.
Okay.
And someone commented on this and said, I'll never forget making savage fun of Clippy in a keynote talk at Linux conference in Japan. Large audience, went over dead, worse than dead. Later explained to me that Clippy in Japan is Kairu the dolphin, and everybody loves Kairu. So this sent me down a rabbit hole. And
Yes.
I discovered Kairu, and y'all, this beloved dolphin, I am so obsessed. Like, not only is it really cute,
Oh my
it's got a
goodness.
shell computer and a little seahorse that joins it when like mail arrives.
What?
It's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. And it's very
Oh my
interesting because when you think of Japan, Japan has mascots everywhere, right?
Sure.
Like they have mascots for like the bathroom and the train and like every single thing. And this was so beloved and such a contrast to how people felt about Clippy. Like we love Clippy, but most people were like, what is this thing? Clippy's so weird. So I am obsessed with Kairu now, and this is now a Kairu stan account.
Yes. I want a plush Kairu. Can I get a
Yeah,
Please.
right?
plush? I also want a plush Clippy, let's be honest.
Well, no.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
we do a Clippy versus Kairu, Josh?
A
Pretty?
Clippy v. Kairu Josh Purdy, Chloe. Uh-oh.
I'm into it.
See?
I'm very into it.
See?
Kairu kind of has the what was the little kangaroo mouse thing that we had that was on PosiTEChvity a couple of days ago. Remember the video of the little
Oh,
mouse?
what was that thing
It kind
called?
of has that thing going on.
Jerboa?
A jerboa. Have you ever seen a jerboa, Chloe?
A jerboa? No, I
It's-
haven't.
It's the eyes. It's the eyes.
It's like this
but-
adorable little animal that like runs around, and you can own one. It has a very long tail. It kind of looks a mix between a chipmunk, a miniature kangaroo, a gerbil, and I don't know what has a rat, I guess, because
Yeah,
the
but
long
Is
tail.
this a real animal?
It's a real
Yes.
animal, yeah. Jerboa.
Wow.
But Kairu kind of has that thing in the eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look
I
at that
was-
little dolphin go.
love
I
this.
He's just
am
living his
concerned
life.
about Kairu.
And I know we're supposed to be positive on here, but I just watched this documentary about how the Japanese murder dolphins.
I hate
So
that.
I was
Come
like,
on, don't start with that,
I'm
man.
sorry. Yeah, it was tough.
I'm concerned about Kairu because
I'm serious. Like where I live, I go paddleboarding with dolphins, and there's a mother and a baby dolphin all the time, and I love the dolphins.
don't watch this.
But
Don't watch
it's
it.
a real
Yeah.
thing though. It's actually it's horrendous.
it's brutal.
horrendous.
Well, this
Wait, we brought it down.
dolphin-
That's on me. That's on me. I apologize.
I
Chloe.
thought Mark Rye was going to bring it down because we're looking at a cute dolphin and he's wearing an Amity Island hat celebrating the anniversary of when a shark murdered people and probably dolphins. Let's face it. If you're a dolphin swimming
Don't the-
around Amity, you ain't getting out of there alive.
That's true.
Kairu.
Isn't it
And
the
look,
opposite?
Kairu
Though?
has all
Don't the
these
dolphins
friends.
murder
Yeah, look
the,
at those
the sharks?
friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the other one, Chloe, is we've had on the show before, we have become friends with Nancy at Raising the Wild New York.
Yep.
And she is the proud, not owner, but she's helping save a beaver pup, right?
Oh my god.
And you can't let the beaver out into the wild
I
until
don't
they're
think they're called
3. Yeah, I think they're kit. It's a kit. Sorry, it's a kit.
It's a beaver dog.
It's a beaver dog.
We made it a beaver with a
I
beagle.
want a baby beaver.
I know.
So we
it's
call it
adorable.
a beagville.
And so in chat, we need a crossover of Clippy, Kairu, and Beeve. The 3
I'm into it.
animals that are now welcome here on the
That's the
PosiTEChvity Report. That's the book. Chloe, thanks for bringing that. Did you want to talk about anything else in PosiTEChvity?
Oh, I'm just sharing. I figured this is like a fun opportunity to share these little known like Easter eggs and facts about stuff. So
Sure.
this is what I brought today. I have some fun stuff planned for the future. Maybe some
Yes.
fake boyfriend apps. Maybe
Oh.
some
That's a great
quirky little
idea.
fun things that I've been building on the side that I'm excited to share with everyone. But yeah, Kairu, long live Kairu. I hope we bring Clippy and Kairu back to everything.
Yes.
You can learn more about Clippy at this wonderful blog post, the Clippy unauthorized biography, which I did not write, but features my business cards that we mentioned last time on the show. But this is how I've learned all about the history of Clippy. I am so glad that we're bringing Clippy back in canonically to the Clippy cinematic universe.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Yeah,
Chloe. Go
Can I
ahead.
just say, Chloe,
Yeah.
you're not just an engineer. You're a damn good segment producer, by
Yeah,
the way.
you are. Yeah.
Yeah. There's that theater degree. You know?
Yes.
I can
yes.
see it.
She makes us feel very unprepared.
And well, everything makes me feel unprepared. But also, Chloe, you kind of look like the stage manager in every musical movie about musicals. That's like a comedy because you got the
with the headphones?
the
Yeah.
headphone.
And go.
And bring out the dolphins.
Yeah.
And they dance. All right, dolphins out. All right, next. Yeah, it's perfect.
I could see Chloe on Cloud City as Lando Calrissian's assistant with the headphones and like waving in like different ships and stuff and giving
Oh,
Han
like
Solo
this?
the business.
Like
Hey,
Yeah.
look at that. That's
My
Bespin.
little spaceship. Bye.
She is very tech savvy. I will tell you what. I'm over here just
Clobot.
clicking buttons like, hey, how does the chat work?
Yeah.
The Clobot.
Clobot. That's
Oh, there you go.
Chloe, patch me through. I need to make a call to Omaha.
Oh man, look at you!
Look at this.
Unbelievable.
You know.
Well, now we need
Just-
like a Chloe's crystal ball of what the future holds for tech.
Oh, that's
All right, y'all. I gotta go back to work, so I'm gonna go back into the Microsoft
Universe.
universe here. But I will be back.
You're the best.
I love visiting y'all. So please, we'll have some fun tech coming up soon.
We love it. Thank you,
Love it.
Chloe.
Great
Be
stuff.
safe.
Chloe, everybody.
Thank you, Chloe.
Condon. Oh,
Immediate question coming out of that interview.
ahead.
Who wins in a fight between Kyra the Dolphin and the Gateway Cows?
man. Ooh, those Gateway cows are intimidating.
Gateway Cows are tough, man.
But who wins in the Gateway cows versus the Chick-fil-A cows might be the play-in game.
The
those Chick-fil-A cows are sadistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Chick-fil-A cows are out for blood, but they seem very lazy about
Yeah.
it. They can't even learn to spell. I dare say the Gateway cows are more intelligent than your Chick-fil-A brand
Okay.
cows.
All right. So the Gateway cow's a more tech-savvy cow versus Kairu the dolphin. Everybody knows dolphins are the smartest animals in the ocean, right? That's like been said. Is that a
Octopus?
thing? Octopuses are very smart.
I think whales are pretty.
Whales are pretty smart. Yeah.
Did you see this thing where they had a cephalopod of some sort? They gave it a personality test that's designed for children, and it passed the test and continued to pass the test.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
It's the best.
Or
One of the
a cognitive test, maybe not a personality test. Yeah, dude, that's real.
One of the
Look
best
at them.
headlines that I've ever seen in The Onion was dolphins grow fingers. Oh shit, says humanity.
Oh, just makes sense.
They can outsmart sharks. I'm not saying that, but at the end of the day, sharks come to the fight with some pretty big lumber in the form of rows of teeth.
that's very true. I've been on
I
TikTok.
bet you haven't read one book this whole year, Bruce. Oh my God, it's fighting me!
Mark's personalization his personification of dolphins is maybe his best
You
bit.
see, you have the X and the Y plane, and then the Z plane adds in the element of trigonometry. Oh my God, my fin!
Oh man. Yep.
We're just educating the masses here.
Dolphins
on-
are assholes.
Oh, look who's here! It's Wee Kaika! Look at him jumping around!
look at the little
It's a
guy.
Friday!
Catch him!
Get him!
I
You
want
can
my
catch
pot
all
of
of 'em.
gold. I want my power glove.
Wee Kaika, he's our friend. He comes around on Fridays.
How's Weekaika's golf game?
Wee Kaika's golf game. I'll tell you what, PosiTECHvity and Wee PosiTECHvity, who can be confused as the same.
'Cause we had a date the other day.
I heard you guys had a little date. Thanks for the invite.
Oh, would y'all do? Y'all hit the
Oh,
links?
and thanks for the invite to play golf with you and your brother. That happened at the same time.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
How about that?
and family day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was already excluded from that, so I knew.
Josh has the weirdest life because he'll text me like, "Hey, you boys want to do lunch tomorrow?" And then I see on Instagram he's like in Lake Tahoe playing golf. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
But I have to say, Ikaika's got he has it out for the golf ball.
I'm telling you,
what I
I
mean?
told you.
He's mad. He's mad at the ball.
Mad at the ball. He swings so hard that the driving range mat moves. It
does.
moves.
It
It
does.
needs to be nailed down when he's on it.
The only
Yes.
person I've ever been in a golf sphere with who carries his own rubber golf tee for the golf mat at the driving range.
I just bought those too.
I've never seen anybody have those. I thought those only showed up at the driving range.
Some driving ranges don't have them. I'm like, do I want to try the driver today?
Well, because I was
No.
the one we were using was getting a little short. There was one sitting there. I was getting ready to replace it.
Too
You go,
much
I've
power
got one
glove.
if you want one. And he reaches in his bag and pulls out.
Yeah. Well, a lot of
Pulls out a
driving
rubber
ranges
golf
out
tee.
here make you bring your own.
Oh.
Some of them do. And so I'm always the guy that brings my own leaves and I'm like, stupid tee.
I could see
So this is a
Ikaika-
me thing. I'm the one in the okay.
He'd be a great hustler at Top Golf.
Yeah, he would.
Like he's just, just innocent, and then all of a sudden, out of his back pocket, here comes the tea.
The Hawaiian hunk walks in and rips.
I'm flying for the GPA livecast from Topgolf when that happens.
Yes.
We need to do it around a Shinedown show. Here's what we need to do. We need to do Shinedown because we have a day off. Like say we're playing Vegas, we have a day off before, or we're playing Phoenix, and we have a day off before. We can do the double. We can lock it in.
I have literally done stand up at the Topgolf in Las Vegas.
Really?
Because I was working Garrett's club at MGM, and then right next door is Topgolf, and they were having some corporate gig. Here comes Mark.
Here comes Mark.
Making a couple more G's.
Oh, man.
Telling jokes at a Topgolf. It wasn't much bigger than this studio, but there's a bunch of corporate suits there, and it's like, I'll do, riff on some Topgolf. We had just met Cedar, who's the Topgolf correspondent, we'll say, in Phoenix, in Tempe. And so I was fresh with Topgolf material, and it ended up working out great.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Topgolf situation too is like, they're finally building one out here, but it's going to take about a year.
What are we looking at? Manhattan Beach?
Yeah, it's like El Segundo, the Westminster links there by the airport.
Oh, there used to be a Kidoba right there too. Would have been the best trip ever.
Yeah.
I left my wallet there.
Where, at the airport?
At LAX.
That's a song.
Yeah.
I left my wallet
In
in El Segundo.
That's a LL Cool J.
Okay, so I was.
Come on, man. Come on. I'm out.
He's done. Shinedown's gonna have to cover that on the next album.
He's out. Did you guys see? Eric, stay right there. Look we got our merch. The merch is here.
Good People
Nice.
We got our merch. I got the blue.
Association.
Eric's got the gray. Mark has the blue. Ken
I had
has the
today,
gray.
the black
Yep.
yesterday.
Ken's got the black.
And I got a tank top.
And Mark got a tank top. We got the Good People Association beanies. I've got the dad hat, which is just a really nice hat.
Why is that a dad hat?
I don't know. They told me it was a dad hat.
Because you bent the brim?
No, it was already
That's what ball players do.
Yeah, it looks good.
I think it looks great. I didn't say it was. He said it was a dad hat. I didn't
Ball
say
players do to win ball games. We got.
And we got finally got our founders glasses in. Yeah.
I've had mine for like a
excited
month.
about this.
Yeah.
I really am.
The
I'm
merch.
so excited.
And we got the guitar. We finalized the guitar picks. They're coming in hot pretty soon.
Ooh,
And
that's cool.
Yeah. It's all happening, guys. It's all happening.
All coming together thanks to Kyrie.
Talk to me. What you got?
Back to Topgolf though. The first time I played Topgolf, I felt like I was in danger of liking Topgolf more than regular.
Yeah, it's just
No,
like that.
I do.
Yeah.
100% do.
Yeah, it's way more fun.
And I like real.
It's less stressful. What do you got?
Is
Ken?
it though?
Oh, I did see that. I'll get to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to it.
Still competitive with it.
I have
don't
to
know.
say, it was during the interview, and I wanted to shout out to our boy Brendan Truitt. Awesome guy. He said, "Hey everyone, last Friday I asked the GPA Juju for my wife's job interview. Thank you all because we found out yesterday that she got the job. You're not just good people, you're the best people." Brendan, congrats to you and your wife. That's amazing news. This is a positivity report, man, and that's just great positive news. So congrats. Enjoy the weekend. Celebrate. Do your thing. There's, you got to celebrate all the victories in life. It's very important. Big ones, little ones, all of it. Life's about a celebration. Can't feel it.
Do we know what the line of work is?
I believe owns a Topgolf.
Owns a Topgolf.
Yeah.
That's a big gig to have, and now you're going to have a lot of friends, such as the one talking right now,
Correct.
calling in favors.
And a lot of money.
Yes. Callaway bought. You know how much Callaway bought Topgolf for? Like
No.
$2.7 billion.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a great concept,
Yeah.
man.
Wow.
Genius. It's genius.
There's one coming to San Jose.
Oh, Ikaika's fake hometown. He's not bragging about the one in downtown Maui. He's bragging about the one that's coming to San Jose.
Well, he's the shark, and his spirit animal's a shark, and they have sharks playing hockey
That's
up there.
very true.
Get this, they got sharks on ice.
Can you believe it? They skate out of the shark's mouth, Mike. There's fire shooting up.
Almost slipping into my Ken Knapsack impression. You got sharks on ice, let's go picture.
Yeah. Can't do your voice here.
Hey everybody, Dutch Allen here. We got a great idea coming your way. We're gonna put Burt Reynolds and a dolphin in a car. We're gonna let him go real fast. That's a go picture if I've ever heard one.
That's how movies used to get made.
Let's do some videos that make me smile and get out of here.
All right.
No.
Do I have to make it?
No.
I'm letting
Mark,
it restart.
He's
I don't know what to do.
Listen, Mark.
Where is Chloe?
Where's the
God.
weather?
It's Chloe.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready? Look how high this whale comes out of the water.
Gosh.
Did you see that?
Holy-
Oh, that looks so cool.
Watch this again.
I love that.
It's like a rocket taking off.
I'm obsessed with whales. I was just saying my TikTok algorithm now is just whale jumping, which I'm totally fine with.
Yeah,
You ever been whale watching?
My
No, I wanna go
hometown,
so
a
bad.
ton of
Sweet.
whales. You'll be at a restaurant in my hometown, you just look out, you'll see whales going.
No
Up in Pismo.
Look at how high this whale. Look at
that.
Yep. That's what we call a Pismo Beach 10.
Yeah. Dude, that whale's just like, he's like, oh, that feels so good. The stretch.
And like,
oh, yeah.
if we're talking cannonball,
God. I wonder if somewhere there's a whale watching someone dive going, look at how deep this human goes.
have you ever seen the ones where like they like right near the boat and the boat like, oh man, I want to be on that boat so bad. Can you imagine? I kind of messed up. I like the water so much. I should have been like a whale watching marine biologist or like bought a boat called like the Whale Josh or something, and I take crews of people out to whale watch.
That's the name. You chose it.
Whale Josh.
Whale Josh.
That's what
Hey,
SS Whale Josh.
yeah.
Just joshing you. We're only out here to fish. Okay.
Beluga and Macuga aren't too
Josh
far.
Beluga.
The Josh Beluga.
The Josh Beluga.
Son of a bitch. God. You know.
Look, no one is questioning if we are the Brooklyn Nets of puns. You are James Harden. You're running the point. You're probably going to
Okay.
score the most points, but
Sure.
you got
Every
Kyrie
once in
and
a
Kevin
while, yeah.
Durant
I
right
do.
here.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's true. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you. All right, let's do one more. Ikaika?
Read it, chameleon. You're selling home. You're selling home.
Do it again. Wait.
Read it, chameleon.
that is so good.
This is the kind of stuff I'll be doing to Rosie in the car. Let's do it one more time.
Read it, chameleon.
Does that qualify as a dad joke? Because the song is from the 80s.
Yeah.
It's clearly a male figure of at least 35 years old singing it. That is a dad joke.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing in my household. That's a quality statement.
Quality dad joke right there. I mean, did any of your guys' dads, whenever you were on road trips, just every time you went by a sign like, oh, ice cream. Hey, there's a Sbarro up there. Like every time you drove by a sign, my dad would be like, law bail bonds. Like every time we went by a sign, he would say the sign out loud.
My dad would
Lennox
get
Hill, all
excited,
right.
not for ice cream necessarily. He'd get very excited to drive by Samuel Mudd's house, who was the doctor who patched up John Wilkes Booth's leg, only because he paved that road himself when he was 16. And then he'd get really excited for two signs: chili dogs at gas stations. He loved gas station chili dogs, which we all regretted 30 minutes after he ate it. And then he also loved roast beef-themed fast food joints.
Well,
if you
Rax.
saw the Arby's
Arby's.
hat, a Roy Rogers situation,
Roy Rogers.
we're going.
John Macuga lives for Roy Rogers. I'm telling you. I think the only reason my dad still watches Die Hard with me every Christmas is because John McClane goes by Roy Rogers.
Always a little partial to Roy Rogers.
A little personal Roy Rogers.
My dad just drove past the ice cream shop and went, enjoy that shop being there right now, because if the Democrats have their way, it's not going to be there much longer. You know?
I just
Socialist
wanted
ice
mint
cream.
and chip. I want a chocolate chip, Dad. Well, that's not what Clinton wants you to have.
Right. That's it. Yeah.
That's like, because kids now, they have all the social media. They just have access to all this political chat. Like the political chat in my household growing up was do whatever Reagan says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ikaika, you had
That's
something?
not entirely true. I'm not going to throw my dad under the my dad liked fun.
Yeah, my dad did not like Bill Clinton. I'll tell you that much.
Not one bit.
Here's the funny thing: my dad hated Clinton, hated Nixon. So
That means your dad's a rational human being.
Loved Kennedy. Loved Kennedy, which I think worried my mom, because my mom was like, I mean, he's a good president. He did a lot of great things but he was a serial philanderer. And my dad was like, well, I mean, like if the shoe fits. I was like, all right, Dad.
Shoe fits.
I mean, he's the president.
He's the president. What do you got?
Jackie, it is not your day until next Tuesday.
Hey, Mac, I will tell you what.
I
it's
am
not about
busy.
your wife. It's about your wife's friends.
With the code name for Marilyn will be Norma Jean. I'm getting word that is her actual name.
The Secret Service has told me not to use that name, Mac. I will tell. I'm being told that the entire cast of Pan Am's fleet will be stopping by the White House tonight. Somebody take Jackie O to a local Shoney's. Right.
Back in the day, Shoney's was the nicest restaurant in town.
You ever been to a Howard Johnson there, Mark? I swear to God. You ever had the chicken fried steak at a Hojo? It's delicious.
One of the great unsung lines of the funniest
No.
movie
You're
of
just
all
like my
time.
childhood. It's
Top
just going
secret.
like Shoney's like every Friday night, man.
There you go.
Shoney's was we go to Myrtle Beach. Shoney's, Denny's. That was a big night out.
friendlies. Mike Werman in chat, one of our buddies, he's from Pittsburgh. He said R.I.P. Rax. Nobody has ever had Rax was a local Pittsburgh roast beef place that had like 5 or 6 locations around. Okay, and what they did have was like you'd eat like 6 pounds of roast beef and then have the most delicious milkshake you've ever had. I don't know what was in it. It's the best milkshake I've had to this day. It's
Better
incredible.
than the cake shake at Portillo's?
Have yet to have it.
I thought we got it in Chicago.
We did not get the chocolate cake.
Oh,
shake.
right, because we had to do a show that night and
Yeah.
we wanted to be...
So we just got the dogs.
Yeah,
we didn't get the hot roast beef until Wednesday, and the hot roast beef is unreal.
Yeah, Josh and I got 6 hot dogs between us. Went back and watched the Masters for 3 holes before we had to go to the Schmodown.
Boom. Ikaika, you had something you want to say? I'm sorry, we cut
One
you.
more video.
Oh, we got one more.
This is how Russia wrestling team trains
Just play the
for
video.
cardio.
Oh, there's just... They
Basketball
put a ball
wrestling.
there.
This seems a bit aggressive.
Yeah.
This is how JT actually plays basketball. Oh my goodness.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's wrong with
Yeah,
my
that's basketball of the Ellis front yard.
Don't worry, they all got a trophy at the end. It's
Yeah.
You survived. Here's your trophy.
Wait, keep running the videos. That last guy, the guy who's guarding the shooter, is his last name Ellis? Look on his jersey. Look, the red guy. Ellis!
Is it say Ellis?
It's,
It says RUS for Russia.
Oh, Russia.
Close enough.
These are my people.
They're playing Belarus and Russia. Oh my God.
All the other open mic comedians, when I first started out here in LA, thought I was a Russian spy because I just loved American things so much. Because I show up and I pretty much love Chili's, Coors Light, and Van Halen, and they're like, "Wait a minute, this guy." Yes, I enjoy Budweiser and the Panama.
Do you guys all want to have brewskis? Listen, David Lee Roth sings songs America? Yes, let's go play baseball in park. Yes? Yes, we do.
You boys want to tell jokes and then go jogging with the Satan?
Yes. Gorbachev's ideas. I mean, no. That's for Daniel. Let's go.
This restaurant only has picture on menu. You know it's good. Oh,
You might as well leap.
Don't leap over the Berlin Wall too high, though.
oh my goodness. All right.
My people, everybody.
Did you get your positivity today, folks?
I hope
did
you
you
did.
get your happiness?
I really hope you did. For Eric Bass, thanks for being here, buddy. We're gonna
Thank you
miss you.
for,
We're gonna miss you.
Thank you for allowing me to come and just play along.
We miss
This
you.
is great.
I'd wish Shinedown would move to Burbank. I just know it's not going to happen.
It makes me sad that I have to leave.
I know.
Oh, don't worry. I'm literally. I found out your information. I'm flying back to South Carolina with you on Sunday,
Come
so
along.
happy to sleep on the couch, the foot of the bed, whatever works for y'all.
Yep.
Hey, man, you know, you love Myrtle Beach. It's only an hour
It's an amazing place.
Kmart by the sea.
A lot of
you
mini
love
golf,
that.
a lot of bungee jumping.
There's so much mini golf. There's a ton of mini golf.
Yeah.
I'm in for that.
Man,
But yeah, man, thank you for having me.
dude, anytime. Thank you for
What a treat! It's a
putting this
goddamn
all
rock
together.
star.
I know, and he put this whole thing together. I mean, we work as a team.
Work
but
as a team.
He was the impetus. He's our front man.
Ooh, that is frightening.
It's a rock star sandwich with very hairy bread.
What's the front man doing in the corner? Just,
He's just hitting putts. He's just hitting putts on the green.
Front man over here, rock star over here.
Yeah.
Saw him go
I know.
5 for 5.
He's a player. He's a player. Okay. I'm telling you, when the GPA shows up to charity golf tournaments, we will have great announcers and 2 actually good players. That was Ikaika can be our third, and then Kenneth and Mark battle out for.
Damn
who
it!
gets to
I
be
know what
fourth.
you're doing right now. This is Josh.
we have our own announcing team to just play by play.
They
Josh
follow in
knows
another
that-
cart with a bullhorn.
I'm just an old lawnmower, and every so often Josh just takes it outside and tries to prime it, and it's not working yet. But god damn it, there's a fire deep below.
I know.
Like Godzilla when he goes to sleep in
Yeah.
Atlantis and King of the Monsters.
Well, here's the thing. I just need to work with each one of you, and we can actually get you some golf lessons. And then this is a moot point.
No. I'm not working with you. When I'm back to golf, you're my enemy. You don't see Rory and Tiger
No.
out there training
Justin
together.
Thomas and Tiger are like best buds.
Yeah, until they get between the
Masters,
ropes.
Yeah, until the Masters. Yeah,
They have no fire, man. Those guys have no fire. Tiger has fire.
Tiger's
Phil
got
has
fire,
fire.
yeah.
Yeah, they get along. They're in the same room together, but they effing hate each other.
Tiger has fire.
They have
That's
fire.
why the Ryder Cup never worked, because
That's
those
the- that's the
90s
difference.
teams hated each other.
That's the difference. That's the difference. Everybody wants to compare. Look, see,
Yep.
don't get me on a rant about this. Everybody wants to compare Rory to Tiger or LeBron to Michael. You can't do it. LeBron doesn't have the fire. Rory doesn't have the fire.
Michael Jordan has no friends in basketball.
You gotta have heart, kid.
None.
Not hard. You just have to. You have to be ruthless.
Yep.
to be the
It's
best.
like Lewis Hamilton. Nobody likes him. You know why? Because he's the greatest driver that ever lived. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of F1.
Every time I see Michael
right,
Jordan
though.
compete, I thank the good Lord that Michael Jordan chose basketball, because if he did not pick basketball, we would have had the greatest serial killer in the history of time on our hands.
Totally, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Anthony Piper just comes in. That was passive aggressive.
I like
Josh.
your
That's sort of my
hatred.
thing.
Your hatred is gonna, your hatred of this man with golf is
Good.
why
It's
you're
healthy.
going to, it's why you're going to succeed.
It's healthy. Listen, when you're on the golf course, it's fun. You have some beers. You're hanging with your buddies. At the end of the day, you want to win.
Yeah.
You want to win.
Yeah, I'm not drinking on the golf course.
Eric and I have a deal. Is that whoever wins in golf has to sleep on the paddleboard in the middle of the river.
Totally.
The other one gets the couch in the studio. Okay?
Can't I just give you $100?
No, Mark, there's got to be something on the line, okay? Kong just didn't walk into his fight with Godzilla and be like, "Oh, the winner gets this cool knuckle sandwich." It was to own the earth. I don't know.
Did you see the movie?
No, I
Austin?
didn't.
That's the exact line. It's amazing you knew that.
Unbelievable.
just
Thanks for watching the Sadist Report.
There we go.
You know how Kong and Godzilla tip off the fight?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
You only got 3 fingers and no
it's-
thumb.
It's
like, how
not
do you do this?
opposable. I don't know what to do.
What is?
Like he does. Yep.
It's a cool movie.
Today on Josh-Pity, Kelly DeFries versus Sinead DeFries in a Friends themed Josh-Pity.
Oh, sorry, Kelly.
Yeah, but no, it's Josh-Pity style, so anybody can win, Mark. You haven't seen the new iteration of Josh-Pity.
All I know is that I'm going to watch the episode. I will. It's going to take a lot of money or coercing to get me back into a ring with Sinead DeFries.
Yep.
Because, oh boy, does she know French.
She can roll, yeah.
Could she know anymore?
4 p.m. Pacific. This is the PosiTECHvity Report. We're here every single weekday, 9 a.m. Pacific. We'll be back Monday. My guest Monday, Trisha Hirschberger on the show. Ken Knapsack, always here. Mark Riley, PosiTECHvity, Mark Ellis. Thanks for taking your Fridays with us. We appreciate you. Head on over to the merch store. You can get the hat, you get the shirt, you get the beanie, you get the mug, you get everything. We got it all. Merch.thegpa.fun, the GPA.fun to join the Bucket Club. So much more fun stuff we're announcing. Twitch.tv today, the good people GPA. We're doing a Twitch stream. So much fun stuff here. Thank you all again for being here. Remember, choose positivity every single day. It's an active choice. Be positive. It's way easier to love than hate. Find the good. We will see you Monday.